Hello everybody, I'm Jake.
I'm Nick.
And for those who don't know, last year when Brad Jones was running his Indiegogo campaign for Another Cinema Snob Movie, the sequel to the Cinema Snob Movie, he, to promote it, did a 2-part review of the Cinema Snob Movie as his character, the Cinema Snob. It was just like the ultimate, I don't know, Inception paradox.
Review Inception.
Yeah, and even he points out how weird it is. But yeah, it was a fun, cool way to promote the campaign, and with the new movie about to come out, and for those who don't know, I donated high enough that I am an associate producer on that film. Yeah. So I thought a good time would be to react to that review. You ready?
Ready to go.
Get ready for an interesting take on the film.
What kind of sense does this make? So does the Cinema Snob Movie exist in the Cinema Snob universe? How am I able to talk about this? Oh, I'm sure I could come up with something. Blah, blah, blah. Fat Grandma came up with some device that blah, blah, reach into alternate universes and blah, blah, Cinema Snob Movie. Too bad even my own copy of the movie has people who wrote all over the damn thing. Why do I even have this? Did we all just autograph it so I can keep it? Where did this come from? How old is it? In the grand tradition of if it exists, it can have an origin story, in 2012 we got the Cinema Snob Movie.
Many years ago.
Because we needed a 130-minute movie to explain the backstory of a guy who talks about movies on the internet. You want to know the real origin story? I had a lot of free time one day, and... Alright, fine, let's get into the version of the story that includes bizarre film cults and murder. The Cinema Snob Movie is the story of exploitation filmmakers Craig and Neil who need permits in order to make their blaxploitation movie, which causes Craig to invent the character of the Cinema Snob in order to get in good with the film commission so that they can get their filming permits. You know, just like on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
Ooh.
Oh, and murder! Did I forget to mention murder? Oh, murder! Only the best crew is put together for this film, from the writer of that Golden Heart Hooker movie, and directed by Ryan Mitchell, you know, Trident guy from Sharknado 2, and the editor of Sharknado 6.
He
explains
is.
the scene
That's
where
fine.
a shark flies out of the snob's ass. Plus, with music by Michael Scicciano and practical effects by Hank Carlson, the Cinema Snob Movie is the perfect film starring a character that makes you say, oh yeah, I think I have seen that guy on YouTube before. Not to mention, there is currently crowdfunding on a sequel to this thing, so click on the link below in the description to donate. I guess I should talk about the first movie. That way you won't be confused by the second movie. You really won't be confused by the second movie. The Cinema Snob Movie comes from, hey, get back here with my fucking camera studios, and in association with a name they came up with in high school. I gotta say, Spielberg's Lincoln is significantly less epic than I thought it would be.
Smoking.
Who the fuck is that guy? So the Cinema Snob used to be Silent Bob? Who knew? This is Craig Golightly, sporting homeless chic, as he wants to pitch his screenplay to the snooty head of the film board, Dan Phillips, played by, oh hey, that guy directed Jesus Bro. I'll say this about his script. It has more convincing facial hair than Craig does. What the hell is this script that he's trying to pitch anyway?
African-American man in the 1970s. His parents are butchered by a crooked roller derby owner. The only way to get revenge is to be one badass, double-handed, shotgun-wielding, roller-skating, disco-dancing motherfucker.
We're thinking of calling it Disco.
You have a title?
First movie made after Jesus, bro.
Film? Black Angus.
Why the fuck am I not watching that movie? Springfield, Illinois is a weird town. It's full of extras who keep appearing and reappearing in the background. Oh, sorry. There's more fake movies to discuss.
I pitched a lot of movies in my day, yeah.
Yeah, it was something about a casino getting flooded during a hurricane, and the customers have to fend off sharks that got loose from a busted dam. That was you. What did you call that monstrosity of a film, anyway?
Card Shark, but I promise.
Card Shark? Didn't Ryan Mitchell edit that movie too? Is that
Mitchell.
Bart from Game Boys in the background putting this movie in a shared
Remember Game
universe
Boys?
of other movies that you've never seen before? Oh, and Dan doesn't want to give Craig the permits he needs. Should have asked 80s Dan. He would have given you the permits plus a bag of cocaine. Meanwhile, at a bar that closed not long after the movie was made, wait, is the bar already closed? Or did they just break into the place? Jake Norville plays Neil McElefant in the room. It's really an intervention to tell Craig that his fake beard looks like he went down on the grimace. Craig is the writer of Black Angus, while Neil would be the director.
Cannot film a movie like Black Angus without a little help from the upper class. You want to go to Chatham Woods and film a POV mockumentary slasher film? Fine, be my guest. What the hell are we waiting for?
No, we did that movie in high school. Seriously. This fake movie, however, no.
A slasher film set in a mental institution where the residents are picked off one by the ghost of a former patient who was left there to die by the hospital staff because she was performing self-mutilation. Title me. Welcome back, Cutter.
Maybe instead of making these fake movies, they should make a Cinema Snob movie. Where the fuck is the Cinema Snob? I shouldn't have to ask that. I am the Cinema Snob. Luckily, drinking these glasses of piss gives them an idea. Neil thinks that a rich
It's their
dude he
coffee.
went to school with named Gene will give him the money.
Hey, Gene!
Spoonie.
Yeah.
Patrick Fillmore. I just knew one day your sorry ass would come crawling to me looking for a job.
Holy shit, it's Linkara! These two go way back.
Did you like Patrick Fillmore?
Oh no, I'm the one who shoved chocolate teeth up his ass in gym.
That was you? You're a legend!
Thank you, thank you.
He was known around campus as the Peeping Tom.
Dude.
Oh, rapey Neil, is there anyone whose ass he won't shove snacks up? Gene decides to help out our boys with their project. Only there's one problem.
Do you guys even know any black people at all? You want the character playing Black Angus to be black, right?
Oh, yeah. Where do you see this next character? They should answer that question. Orlando Belial plays Vladimir Jackson, a stage actor, and who are they all looking at? What sides of the bench are they sitting on? This whole town is like the Twilight Zone. It has disappearing extras, and they also exist in different climates. It's so hot that people are jogging without their shirts, but Craig is dressed like he's going camping. Sorry, I went on a tangent. What's Vladimir's
What you do.
story?
What made you want to get into acting?
It was when I saw The Wiz. Really? To think that a group of black folks could take something as white as the Wizard of Oz, blacking that bitch up with a story so dark that 30 years later, no one ever talks about Wizard of Oz anymore.
Hey, no white dude wrote this dialogue. Craig sits in the back seat so he can judge Gene's beautiful, luxurious
It is good.
hair, while poor Craig has to wear a wig. Ooh, and they got a roller rink for their Black Angus movie. What's wrong, fellas? Couldn't film inside of it?
Gene, really, if it weren't for you, we couldn't have gotten in there. Yeah, we would just have to resort to shooting in the parking lot.
Get it?
Yeah, fuck you. Even that Hooker with the Heart of Gold movie was shot on the inside of this roller rink. I don't
Without
even know if
permission,
the
probably.
characters know where they're going, let alone the movie.
Where are you going? Springfield's 5 miles that way. Now, I gotta hurry, because I can already hear the voices of people who need me.
He's supposedly the richest guy in town.
Just walking.
Yep.
I think this may also be a superhero origin story, or a 70s procedural where Gene solves random crimes of the week. Only one problem, though. Vladimir is one of Dan Phillips's actors. the hell kind of film group is this? Is it also the Mafia?
Less Spike Lee and more Derville Martin. I don't know who that second guy is. Did he make Boys in the Hood? No. God damn it, no.
This scene simultaneously features the blackest coffee I've ever seen and the whitest cream I've ever seen.
You know, I also run a film club that meets every week, lad. It'd be nice to throw some color into our mix.
And I think the cream may be racist. Anyway, boys now have a green screen, which is also a blanket they stole from a homeless man.
Well, what about these poles? Local sex shop threw them out. I'm not sure what they're for, but I think it has something to do with the anus.
Oh, and it's also an origin story for the Will It Fit guy. Dan comes over to tell them that not only will there be no Black Angus movie, but that they should also take Santa Claus's hint when he replaced their stocking with a bag of trash. Like he's gonna use Vladimir Jackson any better.
I offered him the lead role in Black Beauty. Now suddenly he's no longer interested in your little exploitation venture.
Black Beauty? Isn't that a little racist?
He's playing Farmer Gray, not the horse. It's a reverse cast. The horse is white.
Okay, I stand corrected. I kind of want to see that play.
Yeah.
Neil then break back into the bar and drink some more piss.
We've already got the roller rink. Why don't we just film it there full time? What? Dude, we are exploitation filmmakers. It shouldn't be that hard for us to shoot in one place.
Yes, it is that hard to shoot in one place. The AC units can be a bitch.
Disco.
Looks like all hope is lost.
You know who could help us out with this? Fucking Gene. Yeah, assholes. I'm still here.
Thank God you're still here. At this point, I'm wondering if Gene just lives inside of their heads. He only appears when summoned.
What the shit? What am I gonna do? Tape over their copies of Days of Heaven for the Jerry Lewis Marathon?
I don't think these guys use tapes anymore.
So that option is out. I wasn't offering that as an actual suggestion, but nice that you turned it down anyway. Last time I butted heads with this film commission, they sent my sister an audition notice. Next thing you know, she's auditioning for Springfield's first $1 million hardcore porno. Jesus. She's got the highest paid STAG actress in Vegas. Really was a blessing in disguise, I guess. I mean, they wanted to insult me, but now she rivals what I bring in a year.
In any event, I'm placing Spoonie under arrest for stealing whole scenes out of my movie. It
He really
should all
does.
be about me.
This is where the commercial break would come in.
Brought to you by Joe Galina's Pizza, only because they happen to be standing in front of it when having this riveting conversation.
If SS girls had taken place in an extermination camp, I'd agree with you. But it's in a whorehouse, so it might as well be a musical.
So this is really a genre? Nazi-exploitation?
Yes.
Oh, Nazi-exploitation is very real. Find out more on the next Snob DVD.
Yeah.
Speaking of snob, where's the Cinema Snob?
Whoa, 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 whoa. You know what I've never had before?
What? Anchovies on a pizza.
Is this why the movie is over 2 hours long? Because the characters got hungry? So then they try out anchovy
You ever
pizza
had
for the
anchovies?
first time.
Me
if
neither.
no one was
Hell no.
asking for a Cinema Snob movie, then they definitely weren't asking for a Brad Tries movie.
Tastes salty. That was enthralling.
Alcohol and salty pizza always leads to the best ideas.
That's it?
What's it?
Blackface!
Don't like where this conversation is going. Don't like where this conversation is going one bit. And I've seen Black Rage.
Good God! You're drunk! And shockingly racist! No one is wearing blackface!
So much for this being a Soul Man remake. Stupid political correctness ruining all my minstrel show ideas. Is he gonna turn into the Cinema Snob now?
Really?
Oh, sorry, no snob yet. The star just had an aneurysm and died. Ladies and gentlemen, our 20s in a nutshell. Come morning, they don't even know if Gene was ever really there. I've been saying this the whole time.
Neil. Neil.
So fucking thirsty.
Not only did the pizza and anchovies make them thirsty, it also grew Neil's hair out by an inch. Meanwhile, at one
They
of the
shot this
places
out of
the writer
sequence.
used to work at,
Yes,
this place looks empty too. Along with the empty bar, this is even more evidence that the movie is taking place after the rapture. But Craig has a soul man-inspired idea. Become a cinema snob, infiltrate the film club, pass Black Angus off as an art house documentary, and they are so in.
You're really gonna do it? Can you even act? Dude, I'm a writer. How many times have I convinced you to direct my shitty scripts?
Several.
Oh, sorry. Gotta ask Ryan if he can direct the sequel. Neil's hair is big again. It must have been filmed the same day as the drinking scene. First things first, to become the cinema snob, you must dress like the cinema snob. You must go to the nearest Goodwill and find the cheapest black suit that you have. And I was sporting these glasses long before they became hip with the kids. Everyone's trying to be like me.
Red sweater.
Well, you are
red
impressively
sweatshirt,
handsome.
Whatever. High-pitched feminine voice. Rex Reed. Oh, bald cap. Okay. All right. Huh? Gene Siskel.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize the outfit needed a conversation. This was originally written as a clothes-changing montage, wasn't it? This movie is no Sex and the City movie. Now the title character.
Play it to the bone. Well, I got a bone to pick with this one, which should be put to sleep at the doggy pound pronto.
I was jonesing for a cinema snob movie.
Parodying
but after
critic
witnessing
Gene
his
Shalit.
half-cheeked jokes, this movie went from Brad to worse. And after all this time, here's, me.
So, what do you think?
Again, who the fuck is that? The cinema snob doesn't have hair, and that guy is way fatter. Sorry, I couldn't bear to talk about the scene where they ruin a perfectly good wig and also peel Barney the dinosaur's pubes off his face.
I've been wearing that hat so long, I didn't realize I'm going a little thin.
Oh, it's gonna get worse, brother.
Oh.
This lead actor is smoking.
Gilbert Rousseau.
That's too French sounding even for the snobs.
Okay, David Hills, Lewis Fuller, Godfrey Hall.
Fake sounding.
Exploitation director pseudonyms. Everyone's gonna get those references. What the hell kind of cinema snob movie uses obscure references like that?
Alright, remember, this isn't just for you, and it isn't just for me. This is for Angus, the young black disco roller skater who has to have his vengeance.
Yeah, it ain't gonna end well for Angus. Huh, so this is what a hotel convention room looks like when there isn't a horror con going on. The most important actor in the movie. A bottle of clinker brick wine. I take it back. This movie really does know me and my lore. As Craig is approached by the cast of Highlander the Raven, he figures he should probably drink his apple juice very quickly. Sarah Gobble and Brian Irving play married couple Candy and Derek.
So, what's your name?
Dawn. Vincent Dawn.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Dawn. Nice name.
You like that one? I think it's pretty cool.
Will you all just fuck already? And Vincent Dawn like Bruno
Yeah.
Mattei.
Swirl it.
I get it. Wait, why am I scoffing at that? My name really is Vincent Dawn. I guess. I don't understand this movie. Snob has hair, Irving doesn't have a beard, mass hysteria.
Charlie Kaufman. He does take a crowbar to the word linear.
Enter ex-wife.
Oh shit, and his ex-wife is here. Busted! Luckily, Dan doesn't recognize Craig, probably because he's out of focus and needs better glasses.
Dan Phillips. Welcome aboard. The more the merrier, then.
Costume works like a charm. He thinks he's the nostalgia critic. It's really easy to build a club's membership when you know everyone involved. There's Turkish Ed Glazer, Alex Von Gameboys, Sally McMilf, and Dave. Fearing their discussion on being John Malkovich will take too long, Craig leaves, and between this shot and the next scene, he goes off to film To Boldly Flee, and then picks right back up outside where he meets Dan's wife, Nancy.
Well, you seem pretty cool. What are you doing here?
Ugh, I'm married to the stupid writer. What are they doing out here when Recycled Records is right next door?
I'll see you upstairs.
I'm sure of it.
Well, perhaps a murder mystery will pop up and we can sleep together. Craig has had a terrible night. He had to watch Being John Malkovich. Oh, the horror.
It's a movie about people who want to fuck inside of John Malkovich's head.
Jesus, the movie isn't that bad. Wait, am I disagreeing with myself? Alright, get that stupid effect out of here. On the plus side, Craig gets to pick the next movie. Here, let's choose from this box of old Simpsons episodes taped from TV.
Night Dream. I'm not comfortable enough to watch porn with these people yet.
Okay. Makes sense. Best pick another movie.
Oh, it's Sallow. The 120 Days of Sodom.
Night Dreams is too awkward to watch with strangers, but the rape and shit-eating movie isn't. Feel this tension.
There he is.
Sorry we had to spring that on you. The newest member always has to pick the movie.
Oh, it's no problem at all. Totally worth it.
So you two gonna fuck before or after you watch Sallow? I'd recommend before, because the tongue scene may kill the mood. What kind of weird cult is this?
Now, this man knows what I'm talking about. I do?
Stick with me, Vincent. You'll come around.
Am I missing something?
Yes, they're gonna burn you in a wicker man at the end of this. See? I can make references too. Craig has his shit-eating grin ready to go so he can watch Sallow.
Colassen bravo direi. Congelate di cioccolato fanno wrestling. Fortunatamente.
I don't think that's really from Sallow.
You have to find me in every conversation, Arch.
Well, if I didn't, Derek might think that we get along just a little too much.
We don't get along too well. I think therein lies the beauty of our relationship.
Fake Sallow is so riveting that it made Dave go out of focus. And you thought Sallow was the end of pulling something out of your ass? Oh no, poor Craig has to pull a speech out of it.
The shit represents our dependency and addiction to the eating and consuming of mass-produced foods.
Hey, this movie is plagiarizing my Cinema Snob review of Sallow. This isn't the first time my voice has given someone an orgasm, apparently. Now to go
Well,
outside
it is
and
a
lose
beautiful
10
voice.
pounds between the scenes.
Quick, show me a shit-eating grin.
Okay. There's a shit-eating grin. But uh-oh, Nancy knows he's using a fake name.
You're,
Bruno Mattei fan? Yeah. So much so that I picked up on you using his most popular pseudonym.
But not so much that you didn't realize that he didn't use Vincent Dawn on SS Girls.
Are you being condescending about fucking SS girls? Why would Craig want to break up her and Dan's happy marriage?
Vincent, I see you've met my wife.
Yeah, I guess I have.
Excellent choice in movie tonight. I only threw up about 5 times, but I agree with every point you made about that film.
Thanks, Kyle MacLachlan. Now, if you don't mind, I'm trying to hit on your wife. This film club is a soap opera. Even Candy is cheating on Derek with Arch. Who are these people?
Do you have to define me in every conversation, Arch?
Well, if I didn't, Derek might think that we get along just a little too much.
We don't get along too well. I think therein lies the beauty of our relationship.
And then they were married years later. Here,
Yep, they are, and they have a kid.
House, / the Cinema Snob's old house. Oops, shouldn't have said /.
Ooh.
That's for what you said about the DCEU, you son of a bitch. And he never found out what package was supposed to be delivered. This movie took a dark fucking turn. This is supposed to be an inspirational story about low-budget filmmaking. Why on earth would a Cinema Snob movie suddenly turn into an exploitation film? We'll find out more in part 2. I knew it was too dangerous to review my own movie. My friends are starting to be stabbed to death. If the sequel does get made, it'll cause the whole world to explode. Oh wait, Fat Grandma did that too.
Someone's trying to get on my good side.
So that was part 1 of the Cinema Snob movie review by the Cinema Snob. What did you think?
I liked it. I mean, it's Brad Jones. The dude's he's hilarious. But
Yeah.
I mean, his condescending humor it's funny.
And he's an excellent writer.
Yeah, for sure.
Got great timing, and as many have said, he's got a very Jack Nicholson vibe going to him.
I love the like the mutton chops on his character. It looks ridiculous.
Yeah, and as they pointed out many times, pretty fake.
Oh, for sure.
And I don't think have you seen the Cinema Snob movie?
I don't think I have seen that one. It didn't look too familiar.
Well, this is a good way to catch you up before the sequel comes out.
Yeah, for sure.
And yes, it is very long. It's 2 hours, 10 minutes, but
wow.
I like long movies, and the whole film was a blast to watch, and this was a very cool review. It was very well done, a lot of good in-jokes, and he's right, Noah Antwiler really steals the show as their rich producer
He's funny
friend.
as hell, yeah.
Brad mentioned that he hoped to get him for the sequel, but I don't think they did.
Really? Why not?
Noah's kind of been in a depressive funk for the past few years.
And so he's just trying to stay away from it.
In a way.
True.
I liked the joke he made about Neil, the director, played by Jake McElphant in The Room.
Yeah, that's funny.
Jake used to be a major part of the cinemasnob.com. Then a few years ago, make it short, Brad found out his girlfriend was cheating on him with Jake, and he hasn't seen him since.
And so wait, this review was filmed after he found that out, obviously?
Yeah, this review came out about 3 years after they parted ways.
Oh, wow, okay. So yeah, he's had some time to kind of get over it, because he was making jokes about it.
Yeah, and I liked how that was he made that one joke,
And that was it, yeah.
but he didn't harp on or make any jokes about what a shitty person he is.
Yeah, I agree.
He kept it just to the character in the film.
Yeah.
But he acknowledged that, yeah, that is going to be on people's minds.
For sure. That's what I was thinking of originally. But yeah, no, I agree.
But
3 years after, I mean, he's had time to come to terms with it.
Yeah, and Brad has said, despite their falling out, he's proud of the work they did together.
Yeah.
And can still enjoy it very much. And, yeah, Ryan Mitchell, the director, he's the head of the film commission. And he doesn't talk like that in real life, but he has a perfect voice for someone who's sounding full of himself.
Yeah, this snooty little, yeah.
Yeah, and whenever Brad makes a movie that gets released on DVD, Ryan's usually the person he goes to, because he went to film school and he's a professional filmmaker. They said he's edited many movies, not just the Sharknado movies.
Which is hilarious, yeah. And they threw that in too in the beginning, right, when they were talking about his card shark or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
Ryan's also edited like a dozen or more, several Lifetime movies.
Okay.
As well as a couple of action movies. He's had like minor acting cred. On IMDb, Ryan has an acting cred for a Steven Seagal movie.
That's funny.
And Guess what the budget for this film was?
It's a good question. It's got to be pretty low, I assume. What, under 20,000?
It was about 16,000.
Okay.
And they shot the movie over the course of like 20 days, or they had a little over 20 days of filming, but they didn't shoot it straight forward, like one day at a time.
Mm-hmm.
They took breaks in between every couple of days because everybody had day jobs, and they've mentioned they weren't the most organized back in the day.
Yeah. Wait, so and how long did it take them to film it?
A little over 20 days.
Okay.
And as Brad mentioned here, he actually went off and filmed a supporting role in another movie while they were filming this.
That's funny.
And fun fact, Vincent Dawn, the name he goes by, it mentioned it's Italian filmmaker Bruno Mattei's pseudonym.
Yes, yes.
We reviewed a certain movie by Bruno Mattei where he used that pseudonym.
What was it again?
Strike Commando.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Check that out on our
It's a
main
good
channel.
one. That was a good one.
Yeah, and Bruno is Brad's unironic favorite filmmaker.
Mm-hmm.
Just, he's a balls to the walls crazy motherfucker.
Yeah. Hence, Strike Commando.
Yep. And the film is funny. It has a good flow. Well, it is long. It's never boring. And as part 2 will continue, it takes a pretty dark turn in the middle. And we'll be back soon to react to part 2 and talk about it. Until then, see you next time.
Adios.